So I think we all saw this video of candybbug on YouTube. It got a huge backlash. And I watched the video a few days ago, and I would say that there are some points I do understand, but other points were more like personal disappointment over headcanons that didn't become canon. But I actually don't want to talk about this video now. It just inspired me to talk about the fan service topic because it was part of the video and I mostly disagree with their points, especially when it comes to Genshin Impact. And while I watched this, I was wondering, why do people even view fan service as something bad? Because fan service is meant to serve the fans, so it's meant to be a good thing, but it's always treated like it's bad. The definition of fan service is that producers, or whoever, put something that is not necessary into a story. This can be sexualized content, but it can also be like extra fights that are not necessary for the plot, or characters interacting with each other, even if it's not relevant for the plot. But the producers, or in Genshin's case, a company, knows that people want to see these characters interact with each other. It's no surprise that we have characters that are part of popular ships appear as duos in certain events, like Kawe and Alhaitham, Raiden and Miku, or Neuvillette and Wriothesley. The company knows these are popular ships and their interactions can be viewed as fan service, when it's not necessary to move the story forward. It's just for the fan, and this is what fan service is all about. And I have a guess why fan service is viewed as something bad. And I will come back to this very soon, but let's start at the beginning. So I just explained that fan service is something extra you add into a game or a TV show, and it's not relevant, but it's to make the viewer happy. And most of the time, it's a sexualized content. So this is the point I want to talk about in this video, especially the sexualized fan service in Genshin. So in most cases, when a female character is announced or a character design of a new female character is dropped, I read these comments all the time. It's Guna material. We have characters like Varessa, who was heavily criticized for her design, how short her skirt is, even though she wears pants underneath, and she's attacking with her butt and stuff like this. Or Escoffier, a character who's wearing only an apron without anything underneath. And this would be valid criticism. But we only have this criticism towards female characters. Like, I never read a comment about, for example, Itto not wearing a tank top under his jacket. You can see this all over social media, and if you don't like revealing characters, this is totally fine. You don't have to like female characters showing a lot of their legs. But the thing is, people act like fan service has to be naked or sexy poses and stuff, but we don't only have naked fan service. Look at Alekino. As a person who is not attracted to women, I would say Alekino is a very sexy woman. She's dressed very elegant, yet intimidating. I think she reflects authority, and this is very sexy. But it's a different kind of fan service, but it is still fan service. This is the same with the male characters. Like, you have Varka. Varka is pure fan service. He is very handsome, he is very muscular and tall, he is an authority who knows how to lead. Based on his design and his character traits, who are liked by many people, he is pure fan service. So we also have fan service on the male side, which is barely criticized. And I think the main problem here is the naked skin on women, because we have characters like Fremine. If you want to argue that showing your bare skin is fan service, and you can also say that Fremine is a fan service character. On top of that, he's super shy and cute and nice to the traveler. And his legs are out, so he's a fan service character. Because this is what most people criticize in female characters, but it's not the case for males. And this is the main problem I have with people talking about fan service in Genshin. Because yes, the female characters are very sexy, because they are targeted for people who are attracted to very feminine characters. But you also have people who are attracted to elegant characters, and I would say that Alekino will fit in this category. You have people who are attracted to bulky men, like Varka, and others like the gentleman characters who might be a bit flirty even, like Flintz. For me, Flintz is a fan service character, because I'm his audience, and we didn't need the second of him being wrapped up, but thank you, I take it. In conclusion, fan service really depends on who is the target. And I understand why the backlash on female fan service is so loud. because we don't want women to be objectified. So the reason why fan service is seen as something bad is when a character is reduced to that fan service. My favorite example for this take is the anime Fire Force, where we have a character who has a little bit of personality and power, but most of her screen time and her powers are based on fan service. She's undressing all the time, like she's stumbling into clothes full off and she's naked again. And this is bad fan service, because the character is reduced to the fan service. Another example is in One Piece. We have Nico Robin, who is often wearing revealing clothes. We see a lot of her chest and even her butt, and she's running around in slips only in some arcs, or very short dresses. We get a lot of fan service of her, but she is a kick-ass woman with a super important story, and she's not reduced on fan service. This is an extra. And I think most fan service for male characters is not viewed as bad, because many characters are written to be strong, confident, respected, and others take them seriously. In Fire Force we have fan service for a character like Benimaru, but it's not viewed as bad because he is still a very strong man. Or in One Piece, Zoro is often running around without a shirt, which is fan service, but it's not viewed as bad because although Zoro is not reduced to that. And when a character is not reduced to it, then it's done right. Fan service should always be a little extra. A skin, for example, is also fan service. It's not necessary, but it makes fans happy. And the difference between good and bad fan service when it comes to skins is when you make a character who has no personality or lore, but you make this character just to give them different dresses all the time. Like you only make the character to publish more and more, mostly sexy skins, but the character has no relevance to the story. But good fan service is when you have a character who has a well-written lore, is important to the story, has character, and you just give them a skin. This is a little extra a company gives to the fans. And I don't think that there are characters in Genshin who are only reduced on fan service, because even characters who seem irrelevant, like Verisa and Escoffier, they still get a story. Not much, like Verisa got a whole character crest, and Escoffier was part of an event. And she was not the main focus, but she was part of it. And we learned a bit about her. And the characters always have their details menu where they talk about other characters and we get information about them, like a lot of information. There is no character who is just blank. So I would say the fan service in Genshin is mostly an add-on. You can dislike it. You don't have to like revealing skin or some poses, you don't have to like very muscular man or whatever is mostly used for fan service. But this is just my opinion. I want to hear your opinion on this. Let me know in the comments, let's discuss it. Do you all think that fan service is only bad if a character is reduced to it? And do you think there is a character in Genshin that was only created for fan service? In the future I want to talk more about Genshin because it's my favorite game and I have a lot to criticize, yes, but I also have a lot to point out where the criticism is not really fair, I would like to say. So if you're interested in this kind of videos, I kindly invite you to follow me and leave a like. Thank you for the support and I will see you in the next video.